The Journey of Life, an introduction to wildlife migration. Across our planet, nature's wonders never cease to amaze us. From the depths of the oceans to the highest mountain peaks, life thrives in a breathtaking tapestry of biodiversity. Among these wonders, the phenomenon of wildlife migration stands out as a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the natural world. Every year, countless animals embark on extraordinary journeys, traversing vast distances across land, air, and sea. These migrations are precisely timed events linked to the cycles of the seasons and the availability of vital resources. For millennia, these migrations have shaped ecosystems and connected distant corners of our planet. They represent a delicate balance, honed over generations, between the needs of wildlife and the rhythms of nature. However, this balance is now under threat, facing unprecedented challenges from climate change. Our planet is warming, disrupting nature's cycles and jeopardizing migratory species worldwide. The consequences are far-reaching, affecting the intricate web of life that depends on these migrations. As temperatures rise, traditional migratory routes are altered and food and habitats become unpredictable. This poses a significant threat to the survival of these remarkable journeys and the species that depend on them. It is our responsibility to understand these challenges and take action to protect migratory species. This essay explores how climate change disrupts migrations and highlights the importance of conservation efforts. By understanding the challenges and embracing our role as stewards, we can ensure these migrations continue for generations to come. Climate change, a shifting landscape for migrating species. Climate change, driven by human activities, is causing widespread and rapid alterations to the Earth's climate system. The increase in greenhouse gas emissions, primarily from the burning of fossil fuels, is trapping heat in the atmosphere, leading to a warming planet. This warming, in turn, is disrupting the delicate balance of nature upon which migratory species rely. One of the most significant impacts of climate change on wildlife migration is the alteration of seasonal patterns. Temperature is a crucial cue for many migratory animals, triggering their instincts to begin their journeys at specific times of the year. As temperatures rise and seasons shift, these cues are becoming misaligned with the availability of essential resources along their migratory routes. For example, some birds that rely on the emergence of insects for food during their migrations are arriving at their breeding grounds to find that the insects have already peaked, leaving them with insufficient nourishment to raise their young. The effects of climate change extend beyond temperature to encompass a wide range of environmental factors that influence migratory patterns. Changes in precipitation patterns, increased frequency and intensity of extreme weather events, and rising sea levels all pose significant challenges for migrating animals. Sea turtles, for instance, rely on specific beaches for nesting, but rising sea levels are eroding these vital habitats, threatening their ability to reproduce successfully. The consequences of these disruptions are alarming. Migrating animals are facing increased risks of starvation, predation, and disease as they struggle to adapt to these rapidly changing conditions. Moreover, the timing of their migrations, finely tuned over millennia to coincide with optimal conditions, is becoming increasingly mismatched with the availability of food and suitable habitats. This mismatch can have cascading effects throughout entire ecosystems, disrupting food webs and altering the delicate balance of nature. Feathered navigators, birds on the move in a changing world. Birds are among the most remarkable migratory animals on our planet, undertaking some of the longest and most arduous journeys in the natural world. These feathered navigators utilize a complex combination of instinct, celestial cues, and the Earth's magnetic field to navigate thousands of miles with remarkable precision. However, climate change is throwing these finely tuned migrations into disarray, posing a significant threat to bird populations worldwide. One of the most well-documented impacts of climate change on bird migration is the alteration of migration timing. As temperatures rise earlier in the spring, many bird species are arriving at their breeding grounds earlier than they did in the past. This might seem like a positive adaptation, but it can create a mismatch with the availability of food resources which may not have responded to the same temperature cues. For example, the pied flycatcher, a small songbird that migrates from Africa to Europe to breed, is arriving at its breeding grounds to find that the caterpillars it relies on to feed its young have already peaked, leaving many chicks undernourished and vulnerable. Climate change is also affecting the migration routes of some bird species. As temperatures rise, some birds are altering their traditional routes, either shortening their journeys or shifting them northward in search of cooler climates. While this may seem like a viable solution in the short term, it can lead to competition for resources with resident species and increase the risk of exposure to new predators and diseases. The Arctic tern, which holds the record for the longest migration of any animal, is facing particular challenges due to climate change. This remarkable bird travels from pole to pole each year, relying on the abundance of fish in both hemispheres to fuel its journey. However, as sea ice melts at an alarming rate in the Arctic, the tern's primary breeding grounds are shrinking, and the availability of its prey is declining, jeopardizing its ability to complete its epic migration. Beneath the waves, the impact of climate change on marine migrations. The world's oceans, teeming with life, are home to a diverse array of migratory species, from microscopic plankton to gigantic whales. These marine migrations are just as crucial to the health of our planet as those on land, playing vital roles in nutrient cycling, food web dynamics, and the overall productivity of marine ecosystems. However, climate change is transforming the oceans at an unprecedented rate, posing significant challenges to the survival of these underwater journeys. One of the most pervasive impacts of climate change on marine life is ocean warming. As the oceans absorb heat from the atmosphere, water temperatures are rising, forcing many marine species to shift their distributions in search of cooler waters. These shifts can disrupt entire ecosystems, leading to changes in predator-prey relationships, competition for resources, and the spread of invasive species. For example, many fish species, including commercially valuable ones like tuna and cod, are moving towards the poles as waters warm, leading to changes in fishing patterns and potential conflicts over fishing rights. In some cases, fish populations are declining altogether as they struggle to adapt to these rapidly changing conditions, impacting the livelihoods of coastal communities that depend on them for food and income. Whales, the gentle giants of the sea, are also facing challenges due to climate change. Many whale species undertake long migrations between feeding and breeding grounds, relying on specific oceanographic features, such as upwellings of nutrient-rich water, to sustain them along their journeys. However, as ocean currents and temperatures change, these vital feeding grounds are shifting, making it more difficult for whales to find the food they need to survive.